And now, from the Ford Sports Station, here's Sports Director Spencer Davidson.
Good evening. We are now just over 24 hours away from the return of Utica Comets game action to the Adirondack Bank Center. The team hosts rival Syracuse Crunch for a preseason tune-up tomorrow night. Now, the Comets opened up training camp here yesterday at the Utica University Nexus Center as the team looks to bounce back after finishing 6th in the North Division last year, missing the playoffs by 5 points. Much of Utica's struggles can be attributed to a lack of consistency. They at times definitely looked the part of being a playoff caliber team, but couldn't level of play for lengthy stretches. In fact, I looked at the numbers and the receipts don't lie. So let's dive in. The Comets finished the season at 32, 29, 5, and 6 overall, getting 75 points of a possible 144 points. Their record within the North Division specifically paints a good picture as well. Utica earned 52 points against divisional opponents, leaving exactly half of the possible 104 points on the table. That's tough to overcome in a divisional-based playoff picture. Now for the streakiness. The Comets had eight two-game winning streaks throughout the season last year, and just two-game losing streaks. That's all well and good, right? Until you notice that they had 7 streaks of losing 3 or more games in a row compared to just winning 3 winning streaks of 3 or more. And after Utica would get back in the win column, the team would struggle to string wins together immediately following a win with a loss 10 different times. Now, looking at this even further, when Utica would go on a winning streak, they'd follow it 4 times with an at least equal losing streak. After a win or winning streak, they'd end up with an even longer losing skid 7 different times, preventing them from truly gaining any ground in the standings. Now, this contrasts with just 4 times where the team would string together 4 or more wins after a loss or losing streak. And then there's this. Utica's longest and most successful stretch of the season was a 4-game winning streak in early December. But even that was preceded by 4 losses in regulation and then immediately followed by 8 straight losses, 5 of those in regulation and 3 in a shootout. So with all that being said, it's pretty easy to see why the Comets fell just short. And with that in mind, here's forward Joe Gambardella on the team's focus leading into this year as they look to establish that consistency.
Organizationally wise, from top to bottom, no one really finished where we wanted to be, and we came into training camp just a little less than a month ago with expectations and standards that have to be met and non-negotiables. First and foremost is playing to our identity and developing that identity so we have a concrete foundation of what we know is expected and what we know is going to be tolerable, and then kind of growing from there. The way we kind of explain is like building a house. You can't build a house without a foundation. Our identity is our foundation, and we want to be able to get to that identity as quick as possible so then we can start building layers on top of it to where we're talking seven months from now and we're in a playoff position and gearing up for a nice long run.
Identity. Head coach Kevin Dineen and his staff and some more players actually are expected to return here to Utica tonight following New Jersey's final preseason game tonight against the Philadelphia Flyers. Again, the Comets host the Crunch in a preseason tilt tomorrow. Utica then hosts Syracuse again next Friday, October 11th, to drop the puck on the 2024-25 season.